This week in Jamaica Now, why PriceSmart has suspended the accounts of Cuban diplomats in Jamaica. The Foreign Affairs Ministry intervenes. Kartel's lawyer says the police commissioner is part of a plot to undermine the pending appeal of the dancehall artist. Tough luck. Former JADCO boss says it won't be easy for Asafa, Powell and Sherone Simpson to win the appeal against their doping ban. And the NCU controversy. Cheerleader punished after kissing the hand of another during a performance. The details of these and other stories coming up after the break.
Reach anyone, anywhere in the world with the Gleaner Online. Rich media, interactive banner ads, dynamic page wraps. With over 319,000 video views per month, place your video ad online and target select countries, states, and even cities. Increase, target, track.
I'm Damian Mitchell, and this is Jamaica Now. Jamaica's Foreign Affairs Ministry is seeking to broker a resolution after PriceSmart Jamaica suspended the accounts of Cuban diplomats working here. PriceSmart Jamaica has explained that it's simply following U.S. law, which prohibits its parent company, PriceSmart Incorporated, from doing business with Cubans because of the trade embargo against the Spanish-speaking country. However, the Cuban ambassador to Jamaica, Bernardo Guanche Hernandez, says the action of PriceSmart in Jamaica is criminal.
We, of course, condemn this kind of action against our diplomatic, against our nationals, people, and we reject this kind of situation.
And the ambassador also says PriceSmart's decision violates the United Nations Assembly resolution which calls for an end to the embargo against Cuba and the 1961 Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations. Tom Tavares Finson, the lead attorney for convicted dancehall artist Vybz Kartel, has blasted Police Commissioner Owen Ellington after the top cop said the artist is a gang leader whose network is responsible for more than 100 murders. According to Mr. Tavares Finson, the police commissioner is part of a plot to discredit Kartel and undermine his pending appeal against the life sentence for the murder of Clive Lizard Williams.
If you have an impression in the way in which the case was presented, I am prepared to offer him my experts to show him where his experts tampered with the evidence, to show him where his experts made a cock-up of the evidence. I will show him so that he can put the systems in place so that it doesn't happen again.
Kartel, whose real name is Adidja Palmer, fellow entertainer Sean Storm Campbell, Kyra Jones and Andre St. John were on April 3 sentenced to life in prison for the August 2011 murder of Clive Lizard Williams. Kartel is to serve 35 years before he becomes eligible for parole, while St. John must serve 30 years. Campbell and Jones are to serve 25 years each. Anne Shirley, the former executive director of the Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission, JADCO, says sprinters Asafa Powell and Sherone Simpson will have a hard time bringing a successful appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sports. Powell and Simpson were last week handed an 18-month ban for testing positive for the banned stimulant oxylifrin. Reacting to the doping ban, Ms. Shirley posted on Twitter that JADCO presented a meticulous case and any appeal to the court won't be a cakewalk. And last week, another athlete, discus thrower Alison Randall, was handed a 2-year suspension for testing positive for a banned diuretic. She has not said if she will file an appeal. The Jamaica Anti-Doping Disciplinary Panel that heard the cases found that the athletes were negligent. The Northern Caribbean University says it will be investigating claims of discrimination against a student it recently suspended for her role in a cheerleading routine. The student, Shasha Gay James, played the role of a male cake topper, kissing the hand of another female while on bended knees as their team form a human cake. James has accused NCU of discrimination, saying she was the only one who was punished. However, NCU says while the entire team was disqualified, greater punishment was given to James because of her lack of remorse and because she changed the routine without approval. This story has been attracting intense public attention, with mixed views being expressed on social media. The Finance Minister, Dr. Peter Phillips, will this week tell the country how the government will fund the $539.3 billion budget. But already trade unions are warning against tax increases. The leadership of the trade unions, who were guests at a Gleaner Editors Forum last week, said Jamaicans are already overburdened and cannot accommodate upward movement in taxes. They say the government should focus on growth and boosting productivity. But as the government continues to operate in a tight fiscal space under IMF strictures, the administration is urging Jamaicans to tighten their belts. The Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, says it has not been deterred from implementing its new sub-franchise regime in the Kingston Metropolitan Transport Region despite objections. The new regime, introduced on April 1, has been resisted by some bus and taxi operators. Last week, the bus company reported that it suffered millions of dollars in losses as a result of a tax on its buses. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. You may tune in to Power 106 FM for regular updates. Follow us on Twitter at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. I'm Damian Mitchell, and as we go, word from the streets as Budget Day draws closer.
It will be a tight budget, and it's a budget that everybody have to play their part in it, from the small, middle, to the upper class.
We're expecting from the budget no more raise, and some of the things, basic things, going to roll back. Because we have a Prime Minister for the people, and the people for the Prime Minister.
The logistic hub, PMP gone clear again. The logistic hub, I'm going to make PMP there for a long time. So them leave PMP alone. We're going to be there for another 18 years.
It not go worse and it not go better. We have to just go and live until God is ready for everybody. Everybody have to work for what them want. Eat and drink and be merry and just love God. Love what the Prime Minister do, love what the opposition do, and God go with everybody.
Before this budget going better, it go worse this year. We have to prepare for bad belly to face it, darling.
This may be the first budget that others will complain that it is not a people budget, even though we don't say everything about the budget yet. But I think this will be a budget that will benefit Jamaica for the first time at last.